What's up, guys? So I just want to give you a quick update. This isn't actually the next day. This is actually a couple of days later, but I went ahead and painted the room. Now, I did not do this all by myself. I had some help from my stepson who did a good amount of it. So, as you can see, paint that I chose is red. Had to tape off areas, so I got to do this door frame, but I chose to go with red and black. Here's the door taken off. I just put on the black, that's why it has that sheen to it. But the red on the wall, it's done. It's completely dry, it just has a high gloss on it. Semi-gloss I got on the paint. There's the black, it's still wet actually. Even though it's just painting, guys, it's still a lot of work. Just prepping and having to just get all the paint going, and once I got done with the red, then I had to re-prep everything for the black. So even though it's just painting, it does take a lot of time. This is what I have so far. I'm keeping the ceiling white. It's my light. Just because I think that red's gonna overwhelm it. I know it's a lot of red right now, guys, but remember, the statues are gonna be put in here with the black shelves. So it's gonna be able to counter that, and I think as bright as this red pops, I think it's gonna be able to pop even more, just that contrast. I mean, if you can just look at the door right there, you know, that red and black combo, which I absolutely love. You know, both colors contrast each other, they absolutely pop. There's a red and black, and there's my Harley, kind of the inspiration why I wanted to paint my room this color. One of my favorite characters, you know, Joker and Harley have always been my favorite. I could have painted my room purple, but the wife's wanting to do that for our room, so maybe I'll make a video on that. Here's my supplies just on the floor. Again, guys, it's just a lot of prep work. In case you're wondering, this is actually the paint that I got. Yeah, and I got it with the semi-gloss, so let's see if I can get this for you. God, I wish you know what, I don't have the card that actually showed the exact color, but I mean, just find a red you like, guys. If you want it to be shiny like this, kind of like that wet look, which I do love, you know, definitely go with the semi-gloss. This paint that I got, though, very expensive, not very expensive, it's pretty expensive, but it was like $50, actually, like maybe almost $60 a can, but it had a lot of enamel, so this stuff is made to last. It's not no cheap paint. Once it's on there, it's on good. It's not gonna really scuff, mark, get scratched. I mean, it's on there good. It's really good quality paint, so I recommend it. I didn't want to go a cheap route. Pretty expensive. I had to buy 2 gallons of it, and even then I had to buy 1 more quart of it just to kind of touch up here and there. But for the most part, the red's done. The black still we still have to finish it up. But I'm really liking how it's coming out so far. Yeah, so that's just the update right now, guys. I'll let you know how it turns out. Well, I'll show you how it turns out. All right. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, so I started doing the flooring already. Just opened the box. As you can see, I've just put these down. Now, just wanted to stop the video real quick to show you something that you may want to consider, okay? So I got the 2 boards, and obviously I can't, there's the wall for the 3rd one. Move, cat. So, I have to cut this board, which I put right next to the boards. I'm gonna have to take it, cut it right there, okay? Now, the good thing about this, sorry about the cat, guys, is that when I went to go buy supplies, I went ahead and bought this L-shape measure. Now, the good thing about this is that it has thickness right here. So what I really love about this is that this sits right, this sits right on the board, clean, flush, and flat. That way you can draw that straight line without any worries. If it didn't have this thick part right here, I'd have to totally hold it down, balance it, etc. Anyway, guys, so I'm gonna take the measurements, mark it, and we'll go ahead and make the cut. I went ahead and bought these spacers as well. Right there. So I put the spacer right there. That way I know where the board's gonna go. Measure it out right there. This, perfect. See how it lines up perfect? So just draw the line right there, make the cut. We'll put this piece right there. And then the rest of the board here, we'll start it for the beginning of the next row, okay? Again, sorry about that damn cat, guys. All right, guys, so obviously I'm outside. I'm gonna do my cut. Let you see it. Need my mark right there. I don't know if you can really see it. Did it with the permanent marker. Just a stool clamp. And yeah, that's how I'm gonna make my cut, guys. So I'm gonna make that cut and let you know how it turns out. Okay, guys, just did my cut, and as you can see, went pretty straight. The only thing is that my piece actually, the board actually fell off when I cut it. Once it got to this end, it kind of just, I don't know, snapped off. So I had to just do it real quick to make that little line, that cut real quick. Not a big deal. Here's a piece that's gonna go on the end, and I'm gonna use the rest of this board to start the other row. So yeah, let's go ahead and get that done. See how it turns out. Alright guys, so we just did our first fuck up in this, alright? Not a big deal, but learning experience. So what happened was, let's see. Where did I cut? Okay, so this is what happened. So this was the board, right? Took the measurement, fits fine, but the problem is that I cut it on the wrong side, not realizing that this board right here, this is where I guess the lip is, the hook. And when I came to put this board in, I'm like, wait a minute, there's nothing there, it's flat. So I was like, oh, I cut it in the wrong direction. I was supposed to cut it on this side, because as you can see, that's where the groove is to hook into. Let me see if I can better. Right there, you can see it right there. That was gonna hook into the board down there. So just took my measurements, guys. Sorry about that, guys. So just like I said, I took my measurements, redid the line. Another note too, when I came back in, as far as the clamp goes, I'm gonna have to put some kind of cushion underneath it because it left an indentation right there. Again, guys, this is just learning experience, my trials and errors. I want to share them with you so you don't make the same mistakes if you decide to try to do this. All right, so let me go make that cut, put some cushioning under the clamp, and we'll come back to it. All right. So we went ahead and got it done. There it is. Got it right there with the wall lined up with the other boards. There's a spacer right there, another spacer right there, and here's the excess piece that I cut off. So just gonna keep adding the boards, kind of a rinse and repeat. Once I get to the closet, which is just right there, we're gonna do some other things. It's gonna be a lot of cutting these boards because, yeah, gonna take a lot of measurements. Just cut these boards and put them in here because this is a very small space. But I'm also going to cut the bottom, let you know when I do that. As far as the excess board over here, guys, just want to give you the heads up on that. It kind of folds or falls into the groove right there. You got to get it, for these boards at least, you got to get them as close to you, to the wall that as you can get them. Sorry, I'm stuttering. Because what happens is that once you put them down, you can't really push them. I had to use my rubber mallet right there to, let me show you, to hit it right here to bang it out, because it was only about maybe right there. So I had to bang it out to get to the rest of the wall. And again, it's not actually hitting the wall underneath, guys. There's a spacer right there preventing me from doing that. But yeah, so yeah, this is what's going on. So I'm gonna keep doing it, rinse and repeat. All right, thank you. All right, guys. So as you can see, I already put down a couple of layers here of the board. Now, this was not in there. See, so I got to finish that gap there, but I'm already finishing on starting up on the next one. But notice on the next one, here we go. It's hitting that. So now I got actually going to cut that. I'm going to use this oscillation tool. And we can see it. Hold on. There you go. It just vibrates. So it's going to cut the trim right here. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm just going to put it like that, flat, and just cut alongside it, using the board as kind of a base to really know how much to cut, because you don't want to cut too much. As you can see, there it is right there. Right there. So we're going to give that a cut and let you know how it came out. All right, guys, so I did cut the trim of the closet right here. Kind of hard to see. But what I went ahead and did, I just took a piece of the board that I'm working with and I just put it right next to it like that. Okay. And I took this oscillating tool and just set it on there and just started cutting into the trim, right? So ultimately, you know, you just cut all around it, you know, front, back, side. Make quite a mess, as you can see, which I'm kind of upset about, but whatever. It's more cleanup, I guess. So yeah, and then the test, you want to make sure you get through all of it, and see, as you can see, the board fits in there. And there's my cat again, always getting in the way. Scare him off. Look at this. All right. So yeah, as you can see, board goes underneath all of it, all sides. I just cut all around it. And there it is. All right, guys, so we finish up doing this stuff. I'm gonna let you know how it all goes, see if I have any more problems. That wasn't really an issue. You just want to make sure you stay within the trim. You know, I know you're gonna be cutting right here. You'll be cutting right here, but just stay in the area, you know, just follow this, go around it, and just cut all around it until the blade right here actually sits next to it. Okay, so what I mean by that is, see how the tool actually makes contact with the wall? Yeah, you just want to make sure you cut all the way in there. Anyway, guys, gotta clean up a little bit, but once I clean up, I'll go back at it. So this is just one trim I gotta do. I'm gonna do the one right behind me as well. That way I can just get that out the way and I can finish up at least more or less half of the room and the closet if I can get in here. Like I said, this closet isn't very wide, so I'm gonna have to cut a lot of boards to make this work. Anyway, guys, I'll let you know how it goes. Thanks for watching. All right, guys, so I finally got to the closet. Yeah, so there you go. There's a cut. Fits in there pretty flush. Now, real quick, so when I put this board right here in, I had to put it underneath this and slide it in. Now, the problem was when I put this one in, the long one right here, see it? Was that, I don't know what's in there, guys, but there was something, no, I'm sorry, I apologize. There's nothing in there. It went in there, but the problem is because this is so flush to the floor, is that this is supposed to be lying on top of that for the lock-in. But because this is so flush, I can't lift this board up to go onto there.
So I had to pull this whole thing out, put this one on top of it, now push the whole thing, and I use this tool right here. I highly recommend it. It's a pull bar. Well, actually, that's a pull bar. And then I just hammered the two in so I can get right there. Now, right here, it wasn't sitting flush, so I had to use a pull bar over there and hammer it right there to get it in there. Looking good. Anyway, guys, so that's what I have so far. Yeah, just again, just taking you through the steps that I'm doing, the problems that I'm experiencing, so you don't have to experience them yourselves. Thanks for watching. Okay, guys, so just installed 2 boxes. I have 8 total. So there's what I have so far, and I gotta say it's coming out pretty freaking badass in my opinion. Let's see. So far, some things, biggest things to just watch out for. Make sure when you're cutting your boards, you're cutting them on the right side. You want to make sure that when the piece that you cut off is going to link into the board that you already have laying down. You definitely want an oscillating tool to cut your, man, I can't even think right now, I'm sorry. To cut the borders or the frames, for your doors. In this case, is my closet. And just cut all the way, guys, and play with the boards. Don't get frustrated. It's actually a lot easier and than it looks. Honestly, I mean, it is a lot of work. It is time consuming, but it's not difficult. It's one of those things where you can do it, but it's just going to take a while. You know what I mean? Again, I have no experience doing this. I just watched a couple of videos, did some research, and just went for it. Quick background about it. I was actually going to pay somebody to do this for me. Not the walls though, not the painting, but just the floor, supplies and everything for this room, which is about between 120 and 140 square feet. It's kind of costly, and I was like, you know what, I can do this myself. So far I'm doing it. Yeah, I mean, just be patient with it, guys. I mean, go for it. Don't be afraid to do it. And if you can do it, you can do this to your whole house, and you can just save yourself on the labor. It does cost a little bit of money to get it started if you don't have the tools. That's probably the biggest thing that's costing me the money, is just getting the tools. But once you have these tools, guys, you can go ahead and just not only do one room, that is what I'm doing, but you can do your whole house. You can do other projects, just different home improvement. And it just costs supplies. But so far, this room is coming out badass. And honestly, I'm glad that I took the task of doing all of this myself. I'm just looking around at the paint, and I'm still loving that paint job. That's all I have for right now, guys. I just got to do some cleanup, as you can see. Yeah, just do some cleanup, because again, like I said in the previous clip, it's just a lot of cleanup after cleanup after cleanup after cleanup, and you want to keep up with that cleanup, because if you don't, it's just going to become a headache if you don't. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this far. I'm going to be done for the day. I got other things I got to do today, so I'm not going to be able to finish the rest of the room, but now that I have a feel for it, it should be done pretty quick. Oh, the closet. Let me show you what the closet. So I just put the boards right there. It's just 2 right now. I haven't actually started working on the closet itself, as you can see. I'm actually probably going to save that for last. I'm just going to continue to put all the boards as they go right there, and just save off the sides for the end, honestly. Yeah, so right now it's just cleanup, guys, and that's it. So that's the end of day number 1 of floor install. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.